Hi, you guys. How are you doing? We are back. We are back. We are back. And I really want to just thank you all for coming back. So, first and foremost, greetings, royal queens and kings. It's your host, Queen Tulsa, and welcome back to the Queen Tulsa Show. I will be your captain today. First and foremost, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I need you to press that subscribe button down below. If you're already subscribed to the show, set your notifications to all so that you don't miss any of the hot topics and fire content. And go on and press that like button while you're at it. Queens and Kings on the agenda today, honey. We have Tasha K interviewing Jessica Dom. So if you guys did not check out that interview, I would definitely suggest you go over and check it out. It was just a lot of information that had come out, and I saw that Tasha wanted to talk about. She wanted to mention Cardi B, but she kept saying like the other girl and this, that, and the third. And so with this interview, I kind of felt like, what emotions did I have after watching that interview? The emotions that I had after watching the interview was just like, mm, it was just like trauma bonding, in my opinion, on certain things. Um, and then, of course, like Tasha had brought up, like, individuals lying and things like that. And I just kind of felt like that was very shady because you lied on that woman. Like, you lied on that woman, and I don't know, her credibility is kind of shot for me. you know she focused on the strip club and like how Jessica like turned her life around, and it seemed like she was very infatuated with talking to her about this because Tasha has been wanting to interview a stripper and get the deets and things like that for a long time. And I know Jessica Dime, she got her body done, but then she had got her body. She's considering getting some of the butt shots taken out or whatever. And so she's planning to go to Colombia. And she wanted to know, how did Tasha know that she was going to Colombia, this, that, and the third. Well, then it got to another point where, Tasha brought up her mama Lynette, and she was just pretty much saying that, a man from her mama's camp took her innocence away from her. And I feel like that's the reason why Tasha is like the way that she is. And I want to say this to anybody that has been S8 or anything like that. I want to send my condolences out to you. And that memory sticks with you forever. But I feel like you should definitely work on that trauma so that you're not, bleeding out on other people that did nothing to you. Right. And so they were talking about, how Dime got started. She was in a club, and they also brought up Mulatto. So Lotto said that if I don't know if you guys saw that viral clip of Mulatto. She was at a party, or she hosted a party, or she had the club all to herself, and her wallet had got misplaced, her debit card or something like that, and Lotto ended up going to the floor and picking up all the money. I mean, grabbing up all the money. I mean, listen, this is let me give you some context. Okay, imagine you are an adult entertainer. You go into work, you sweating your butt off, you doing the most, you working for that money. And when it's all said and done, you don't get the money. The person that threw the money is now having security and everybody get bags so they can put that money back up in there. Dime said, girl, if that was me, if it was in my era, in my time, oh no, ma'am, it would have been a whole situation. She wouldn't have got out of there. And I could understand it because, girl, I've been a entertainer before in a club too. I wasn't in there trying to get messed up or trying to do, you know, the additives to, get me pumped up and things like that. I was about my money. When I walk up to you, hey, how you doing? And I'm gonna make a little chat with you, and I'm gonna remind you that I need some money to be flowing. and if the conversation isn't really going that way, or you're like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna give me a few drinks. Okay, baby, well, I'll see you in a minute, and I'm moving on to the next one. I when it comes to the club, baby, you got to be in there. You got to be on it. You got to be in there. You got to be on it. Your appearance have to be on point. You got to smell good, and your attitude definitely has to be in check. Because at when you're in a club like that, you have people that that's in there and they're spending their money, so they are very, very picky and choosy, and they have every right to be. You're paying your money for anything. I think that it should be something that you are attracted to, invested in, and want to have some fun with, right? So they got on that, and then they were talking about how Dime had met her husband. They were pretty much childhood friends. They're both from Memphis. And, Dime was like, I could relate to Dime on so many things. She said that when she had met her husband, he knew everything off top, like her dancing, her this, her that. So if it was time for anybody to post salt, it was just going to be avoided mission because she had already told him. And the reason why I say I can relate to that is because when I first met my husband, of course, like we, kicked it a few times. And, when we did have those real conversations, I let him know, like, hey, this is what I've done, da 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 da. But at the same time, this is what I was doing. But I also, at that time, I had 3 jobs. One of them, I was a supervisor, and I was just a young woman getting my hustle on all by myself, right? I had no kids, so no really big responsibilities. My car was paid off. The only thing I had to do was pay insurance, rent, and like my ins and outs, and just like livable expenses, right? So it wasn't really that complicated for me. But I feel like being honest when it comes to a relationship, be honest. I don't care if you feel like, oh, this might, make somebody feel a certain type of way. I feel like if the foundation is set on truth and honesty, you can't lose when it comes to that, because when you're addressed with something that happened in the past, you just simply say, hey baby, we talked about that. If they forgot, hey baby, remember we talked about that, and just get an understanding. Another thing is they were saying, you know about men. So Dime Piece is going to open her up a ladies adult entertainment club, and she said that she wanted to do it in Atlanta. She didn't want to go to Memphis because there are stipulations, like the girls, they can't take everything off and things like that. So it got very interesting because, like I said, it was conversations, or if like it was like conversations, and I knew that she was talking about Cardi B because she had brought up the fact that you know um you were in the adult setting, and then you go from adult setting to TV, and then you're a rapper, and that's pretty much Cardi B's story. She started off in an adult club, and then she finally made her way to love and hip hop, and then she ended up blossoming, and look at her now. So that was interesting, to kind of know her story, but I kind of had to like side eye her when she said that she got out the club, and she knew how um how challenging it was, because you have a whole heap of other girls, and she said that she ended up getting the butt shots, and she said once she got the butt shots, her money went up. Now she did state this. She said, I'm not really, she said that she wasn't a flat girl back there. She said she had, body, but she said that, the influence, and around that time, a lot of girls were getting butt shots, and they wanted that look. So think about Black China, think about Cardi B, and think about Dime Piece, girl, they all got work done to their bodies, right? And their revenue went up. And, pretty much they were entertainers that had become celebrities pretty much overnight. And that wasn't really popular, you know? That wasn't really popular back in the day. So, with with the adult entertainment becoming famous, it wasn't. I think the only time that we saw somebody really become famous, and that was the video vixen, Superhead. That's the one that kind of, you know, rose to stardom and kind of what was mentioned in everybody's songs and things like that. So pretty much these industry girls from the club, I'll say the club girls, they have become very popular by the rappers and things like that. And so, so they got into that, they got to talking about that. And then, Dime had, expressed that, she had a daughter, she had a son, and that she had this show called Mint, and it's on Now That's TV network. And she pretty much said, how the network was ghetto, and people be fighting, and there was a fight on there where on her show where a group of girls went and jumped one girl. And when it comes to that, like jumping and stuff, and on these reality shows, I'm just really not into all that. I feel like um Dawn didn't really support that girl like she needed to be. She gonna say, "Oh, well, the girl, she talks all this mess and she runs her mouth and she can't fight." Well, if you knew that, why wouldn't you have security, nearby? Okay, she has a mouth, she can't really fight, and we don't want her to seriously get injured while here. But then this is another thing. Tasha was like, "Don't they sign contracts or whatever the case may be to where they can't sue?" Dime said, "Yeah, they all signed. They all signed." So really, I feel like this is a pimp situation. Like, I'm gonna have y'all come on here, act the ass, and really get these ratings up. And I'm going to sit back. I'm going to be untouched, but I'm going to sit back and watch you all get violated. That was a problem for me. It's like, it was just a lot. So, like I said, it was a lot. You know what I'm saying? It was just a lot. Um, I just, I thought it was interesting just to kind of see like how everything worked or whatever. But all in all, I didn't really, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna watch the show. It's not really my groove. If she was into mm, um, I just felt like we already have enough of we have Zeus Network for heaven's sakes. I feel like if Jessica Dime really wanted to like rebrand herself, I think that she should have come out with, helping the girls get out of the business, giving them trainings, putting them through like a boot camp or something like that. But as far as like having them on there going at it, and these girls are teaming up to take down one of the cast members, I think that is very shady and very low vibrational. And I didn't see anything classy or fun about it. Now, this is another thing because Sabrina Peterson had come up, and she had come up because of some lies that she had told about Ti and Tiny. And Jessica Dime had also mentioned that, she knew some of the girls that had went to go, be with Tiny and Ti, and she said that, her and Tiny are very cool. And she was asked if she had ever participated in their bedroom activities. And, she was like, "No, we're just cool like that." Now, Tasha K said that she ran into T.I. out in the streets. And girl, I don't know where they were at an event, but she said that T.I. was ordering up some girls for Tiny. She said he sent somebody over to get the young lady. He was like, oh, my wife will love her. Tell her to come over here. I want her to come home with us. And so and Tasha was like, oh, you really doing that? You doing that right here in front of me? I'm a blogger, this, that, and the third. He was like, oh, you already know. And so that was a bit much. I just felt like, T.I., if that conversation really did allegedly happen, girl, I don't know, that's a lot. That's a lot to be saying your business in front of Tasha, because you know how she works. Allegedly she has like little PIs and things like that. She has little minions that do their little work, and so she tries to get any information or intel so then she could come on her platform and really do her big one. And child, like I said, with that whole Sabrina situation, Sabrina is actually being sued by T.I. and Tiny. And Tasha had the nerve to say that T.I. should have just kept his mouth closed. And I was like, Tasha, you, out of all people saying that he should have kept his mouth closed, no, honey, you should have kept your mouth closed on that 4.5 million, because girl, he's got the money to pay whoever, I'm saying, that he's going up against, because they say that, he's an industry plant, he's a snitch, when he gets caught with firearms and things like that and drugs like that, he only gets a little tap on the wrist and then he's right back out in the streets. So that's just one blazing fire that I would want to stay away from. Okay. And shout out to the donations. You guys helped me get my caramel frap today. So I'm definitely up and I am wired. Okay. Now, another thing that got me going was another thing that really got me going was relationships, and just kind of how people are networking out here in their relationships. If you're going to be an open couple or have an open marriage and things like that, I just kind of think that there should be a line of respect. I just feel like, we don't need to know all your business. If that's how you get down and that's how freaky you want to be, like, by all means, go and do it, But my thing is to be sitting out here, just going up and just really telling people, how things are and what's going on. We all know that, some celebrities, they get together on like a business arrangement. The relationship, the marriage is a business arrangement. And to each his own. But I just feel like, once I get up and I get out, I'm not going to be trying to encourage or go and recruit people that are in that lifestyle, because they tell you in recovery, you don't go back and you don't go and hang out with those old friends, because you are going to be bound to go right back into that same the same patterns that you were in, that you broke away from. You're gonna open up a portal so it can kind of seep through. And like I said, a habit only takes 3 weeks to deform, to for somebody to like start to pick up that habit. And so, child, it's a lot. Like I said, I would not be watching that show. I feel like Tasha K really needs to go and get the therapy that she needs. She's just a Black woman out here scorned, and she's out here rallying up other Black women to go at trans women. That's something that I did not like. That's something that I did not like. You got this angry Black woman that's mad. She's a colorist. I mean, this woman is a colorist. She sits up here and think about Cardi B. She looks at her. She follows her. That woman really has something going on in the inside of her brain. Very controversial. And guess what? She wants to come for the trans community. But you had T.S. Madison on your channel. She did charity work. And you have not grown, Tasha. You have not grown. You are a 40-year-old and a little kid's. You're 40 years old, but your brain is like a little kid. You act like a little girl that never got attention. And it's clear that you have not gotten attention. You've been violated. You've been through a lot. Like, can somebody please go grab her laptop, Go grab the staff. Go grab her husband and say, we got to get her into a facility and we got to get her the help that she needs. In my opinion, I would suggest medication so she can be calm. I take medication. Listen, I had to start taking medication to get myself right, you know? And like right now, I deal with an anxiety, but I'm scared to get on other medications because I've been overdosed before and then I've been mismedicated before. And so that's like one of my pet peeves. You know what I'm saying? Like that is one of my like pet peeves. And just messy people in general is like a pet peeve. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, the interview was very interesting. It was very much so. It was different. It was different. But yes, guys, I wanted to come by for 20 minutes and just kind of sound off, get you guys' thoughts, opinions. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Please also set your notifications, as I believe we have 2 more shows to cover today. 1 says, hey, Queen, I saw that and the way Sydney was saying I was paid to be here, she been trying to show all her trans friends and put them in her beef. Yeah, I just thought that was just that was a low dig. And I feel like Tasha can just be low vibrational at times. Some people, they just have to dig in that garbage because that's pretty much what they're known for. Tasha said a while ago, she says that her mama said when they go low, go in the trash, and that's why people call her a dirty bitch. And with friends like that or an individual that's moving like that, I definitely stay far as hell away from them, because on Mad Day, you are going to be fresh off the press on their videos and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to drop by, give you guys that. And I wanted to make like some quick videos. People like to hear the content, get the feel of it, and then, press on and come back and watch another video. So with that being said, I love you all and thank you for the support. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave your comments down below. If you are the Replay Gang, thank you so much. If you have supported the channel, thank you so much. Until next time, so long. What's a girl to do? She needs love. Girls need love. Girls can't never say good morning. Girls can't never say how.